Alright, as a lot of you know, ever since news broke for this new Star Wars trilogy, I've pretty much dedicated the rest of my life, or at least the next 3 years, to talking about Star Wars Episode 7. Oh, I've absorbed every single piece of Star Wars material ever since then, and I've gone through 3 stages ever since the latest update news broke. First off, I did a whole bunch of podcasts of ideas of future plot lines for the new trilogy, but now, here in late January, as we all know, J.J. Abrams officially confirmed as director for Episode 7. I went through a few stages. Denial, anger, confusion, acceptance, and now I'm here. Okay, now you could all remember when the news broke that Disney bought the franchise around Halloween. No director stepped up and wanted to come out of, like, they were all either busy. First off, you have to have the right credentials to take on a huge task of filming a Star Wars film, obviously. They had to have the right credentials, and they were either all too busy or all too involved in their own original projects, obviously, because they're trying to create paths for their own. And the ridiculous rumors of Tarantino, who's never really done a sci-fi film, doing one was just ridiculous. And then people suggested Nolan, which is ridiculous, because you knew after him wasting most of his life giving us shitty Batman movies that you knew he was going to go off and do original ideas, and now he's doing Interstellar? Is it Interstellar? That's what he's... So anyway, I'm like, J.J. Abrams, what? How could one man be simultaneously directing two of the biggest sci-fi space franchises? The real question is, what does this mean for the future of the Star Trek franchise? After the second one, you gotta imagine that they're gonna make a trilogy out of it. Who knows, it might linger in production or development hell, and we never even get another film. So this one coming out this summer might be the end of that. What I don't want to see is like a copy and paste version of the Star Trek world that he created, and the same feel for that in the Star Wars. The question is, how much green screen is there going to be? The space travel, a lot of people have been hating on that. It's actually pretty good in the Star Trek, his version of the space travel in Star Trek 2009. The difference between Star Trek and Star Wars basically is, like, Star Trek is more pristine protocol, etiquette, and the original movies are so slow and dry and hard to get into, and Star Wars is more fast-paced. Star Trek is kind of like NASA. It's like our civilization 200 years in the future, pioneering different star systems within our galaxy to unite them and explore. And Star Wars is about a galaxy on the other end of the universe, about a dictator who's trying to consult a dictator known as the Sith Lords, trying to create a one universal government. And then we have the confrontation, and there's a lot more mythics and the whole different universe that they created. Star Trek is just like the future advanced civilization. So Lucasfilms, which remain intact, you gotta imagine they're gonna do all the special effects for the movie. Obviously that's already in place, so you know that's gonna look good. The question is, if you watch special features for Star Trek, they said they did about 60% of the filming on location or on a set, and then 40% on location. And that's a big thing, because the original Star Wars, this is the heavy debate where you see all the Star Wars haters of George Lucas, is the original was all on location basically, and a lot more set oriented compared to all the blue. compared to the prequels, which was entirely blue and green screens. If you watch special features for episode 3, it's completely a green screen the whole time. But you gotta love how he amped up the lightsaber duels between the Sith and the Jedi. Phenomenal. Absolutely worth checking out and loving just for that alone. The re-releases are coming this fall. If you didn't get to see them the first time, you get to see Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. It's the most epic thing ever. J.J. Abrams, he kind of shoots too many dome shots. That's one thing I don't like. I don't want too much of a facelift. I want it to feel like a Star Wars movie. You know it's going to have the opening crawl and the blue letters a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Are they going to have the John Williams theme, or are they going to go with a different theme? Who knows? Will it feel completely different after that? Will there be a female villain? I hope not. Will there be a female lead? Well, you know they got to hire at least one new female lead. It'll probably be like Han Solo and Princess Leia's kid, and then it'll be Luke Skywalker's son, and then it'll be an older Skywalker. You know, Abrams already implemented older characters. He brought back Leonard Nimoy for the Star Trek reboot. But you know what? He didn't even write either of those films. He's brought in for the visual, and I kind of like, you kind of see why that they went with him, and I hope he doesn't bring some of the Star Trek actors into the Star Wars world. That would be too weird. No Tyler Perry in a Star Wars movie, please. He appears to have abandoned the Star Trek franchise, like I was saying. This is why I've sat on doing this video for like 7 hours. I can't comprehend that one director is shooting 2 different universes. Oh, I don't get it. I mean, then there was Fincher and Affleck rumored. Then the top candidates were Matthew Vaughn, Bird, and Jon Favreau. Which I thought it might have been Favreau because he's a huge Star Wars fan. He was the only one who seems to be not busy. Fincher's way too busy. He has a lot on his plate potentially to do. 3 big franchises, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea reboot, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo sequel, which they're still trying to come up with their own original concept for that book adaptation. For more discussion on potential villains and plot lines, click on my channel and type in Star Wars. I have about 7 other videos, in-depth discussions based on all the comic books I read for the sequel to Return of the Jedi. Cannot wait for this. This is going to be so epic. And another thing, he was a major Star Wars fan, more so than a Star Trek fan. I'm talking about J.J. Abrams here. You know, they already have the outline. Michael Arnett's going to write it. He's just coming in to just make sure that it's solid, and you just hope that he has a lot of original ideas still, and not just the regurgitated Star Trek world. Because you don't want them to feel the same. You want it to feel, I want it to be like a hybrid of like the prequels and the originals. That would be awesome. This was JBM from VillainNews. I think I pretty much said everything I had to say. Let me go. I hope we get plot details. Should emerge. The script should emerge this spring, this summer. Subscribe. I'm going to do more discussion updates as they come along. This was about the 7th video discussion I did on episode 7. Personal message me if you want to talk Star Wars, if you have any ideas. I'm out.